Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the NRW where nerds rule the world. I'm Heather Hurt. That's KAYFABEYBABY. And we're going to talk some Predators. Let's watch the trailer.
My son, tell me why we fight.
Because our enemy still lives.
You all have traveled far and miss the warmth of home. But tonight, think of only one thing. Killing the monster.
You're not hearing me. There's something else up in the sky, and it's not human.
I pray you bloody your spear tonight. You are ready now. There's only one way to kill it. We must fight together.
Here we go. What happens if we survive?
Predator Killer of Killers has arrived on Hulu and Disney Plus. And we'll be talking about some things, including a moment at the end. Maybe stay for after the trailers or after the closeout. If you are a fan, we are probably going to talk a little bit about spoilers here because the film has been out for a little bit on Hulu. But there is one moment at the end I think KAYFABEYBABY and I both really, really want to talk about. But we will definitely keep that for the end if you have not watched the film yet. With that being said, Killer of Killers is a it's a prey expansive part of the universe where it talks about it brings together three individuals. We have Ursa right here, Ursa, voiced by Lindsay Levanchi, Kenji, voiced by Luis Ozawa, and John Torres, who is voiced by Rick Gonzalez. And they come upon predators who are trying to see who amongst the humans during different time periods are their true competitors, who can defeat the predator, and who is just prey. So the film takes place once again across three different time periods, and you see the predators completely devastate communities, or I'll use the word community just to not get too much into it. And then they are defeated by these three individuals, and then a massive competition occurs. Will they survive? This is a Predator story. With that being said, KAYFABEYBABY, what were your initial thoughts of the trailer? Sorry, I apologize. Going back a second. I apologize. I'm going to cut KAYFABEYBABY off. Director Dan Trachtenberg and Joshua Wasang, and writers were Micho Robert Rutare and Dan Trachtenberg, as well as Jim Thomas and John Thomas. I don't know if they're related, so I'm not going to say that. But all right, now KAYFABEYBABY, thoughts. I apologize.
No worries. Excited. Recently we got Prey. That was the last live action film within the Predator universe, if you will, that we got, and Trachtenberg was behind that. So him now kind of getting the wheel to do something more with his franchise. Although we would have wanted live action at the gate, I'll take an animation. I love whoever has the license now. I don't know if it's 20th Century Fox. Yeah, it is on my poster behind me. I love that we're getting more Predator content. We're getting Predator in our comic books. And if you didn't know that, go check out Predator versus like the Marvel Universe right now. There's a lot of stuff happening with that. I recently was at my LCS picking up all the Predator things as well as all the Godzilla things. If you didn't know that, Godzilla's taking over our universe as well. They're killing it. Actually, no, it's not Godzilla. Yeah, Godzilla is in the Predator universe.
Godzilla. Yeah.
Marvel universe right now, as well as some of the Walt Disney stuff is happening too. There's like Daffy Duck becomes a member of the Avengers and all that. I'm all about the properties, other IPs invading the Marvel universe right now. I can't lie. I've been picking up all the things. I just love it because I'm a fan of these properties. Anyway, sidetracked, but Predator, killer of killers, finding out that he was going to be behind it, an animation route, taking Predator into these different time periods, the composition that we see in this, I was all in. And and because of all the things, as Heather knows, she saw it before me. I actually, as of this recording, just saw it last night. But what I will say is I would have watched it a lot earlier. Hulu, who has been great with us and loves us, the love hasn't felt like it's been there though of late. I will honestly say we would have gotten this before it have came out. It didn't happen that way. I got to talk to my people at Hulu, see why the love has gone. Because I would have been talking all the things on this, and I know Heather as well. We would have done all the things, but we didn't get that early love like we normally do to help us to give the love. So but initial thoughts, the makeup of it, the people behind it. I love good adult animation because adult cartoons just aren't for kids. Animation just isn't for kids. This was bloody awesome, but we'll talk with the actual review. So initial thoughts was I was all about it, Heather.
Absolutely. And I will say to Hulu, one of our biggest videos ever was literally me talking to members of the Prey team. I'm just saying. I called the Predator a Disney princess. So and then I was corrected. It's a Disney prince. But with that being said, I was also excited to see the universe expanding, especially since Badlands is coming out soon. It is another part of the expansive universe, but I was really excited to see this because there were hints that this was going to connect to the 2022 Prey film. Didn't know how, didn't know what, didn't know when, but we did get hints from Dan Trachtenberg that this might be the first true step to the expansion of his storyline. And Badlands, yes, does expand it more. So I was very excited to see this film. I will say that I thought I've already said it a couple times. I thought this was going to be a show. So I went into this film very confused as to why it passed. It kept going. But it was a movie, and I think in the long run, reviewer, I guess I'll go right into my review if that's cool, KP. I was surprised that they didn't do it in episodes. I think that they definitely could have made this a longer series and done like 4 or 5 different eras and really expanded it. But at the same time, I like that they kept it to 3. It made it very concise. It made it feel complete. And I really liked the 3 characters and 3 eras that they pinned it on. It was really nice to see. With that being said, the art style was pretty cool. Once again, I'm going straight into the review, guys. I'm sorry, it's not gonna be super long here, so it's gonna be nice and easy. I really loved who they picked. Ursa was one of my favorite characters. She really just killed it. I loved the continuation of the diversity in characters. We have now seen Indigenous Americans. We've seen World War II heroes. We've seen a little bit of everything. I loved Kenji's character, and I love how quiet he is. It made it very, very made the story very, very stoic and very, very honest. I really liked that. There were times where I feel like the flashiness got in the way of the show at times. Like it got almost too fast. And if you're someone who easily gets dizzy, you might need to pause the film every now and again because it just gets so flashy too quickly. But at the same time, a good bloody show will. And they did not stray. It's not as much of a horror as some of the Predator films have been in the past, but I do not think that they necessarily strayed from the true makeup, the true soul of a Predator story. They just turned it into an animated feature. And and yeah, I think the voices were well cast. Dan Trachtenberg and Joshua Wasson did a wonderful job on this film. Pretty cut and dry, I think. What about you, KUP?
Absolutely loved it. Yeah. To your point, yeah, it would have been cool to see this individually episodic, series. Maybe give it a little bit more because I wanted to live in each of these universes a little bit more. Mm-hmm. But the shield, the sword, the bullets, dope. Just each one, I was locked in each story. Really well done. The art, everything. I want the merch. I want Predator toys that I didn't have as a kid. I know we have some of them now. A lot of them are quite expensive though, as well, because it's adult collectors now with a lot of these things. I can afford it, but damn it, it's still expensive. Yeah, I just want all the things, and just all the different types of Predators in this. There were just great moments with each of these characters. The dog fight against this flying Predator, the ninja Predator, samurai Predator maybe, and then this ancient Viking type Predator. Just all of these type of things just was really cool, and then how it interconnected. I'm really looking forward to see where it's going to go from this, and then as Heather said, we'll talk the big spoiler that happens at the very ending. I want to know how this is all going to connect. And yeah, I just really enjoyed my time. There's no negative really for me. I thought they did a great job. The only negative is I wanted to live in this universe more. So I would have loved it to have been separated out. But I totally understand. And it actually was edited well as an anthology film, all encompassing runtime, everything got their, every story got their equal measure to tell their story, and it all ties together. So well done. If it's a negative critique, I just wanted to live in each one longer. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I definitely felt like, especially with the first story, with Ursa's story, I feel like there's so much more. We could have sat in her background and learned about her, her and her people for a solid 15, 20 minutes. Like I could have done that. The great thing is Kinji's story, I think, was very well done. It was very concise and to the point. But there are definitely moments like Taurus. I would have loved to know more about his and his father's relationship, stuff like that. Yeah. That would have been really, really cool. The big thing with Kinji, him learning on his own, that the solitary soldier kind of thing. It would have been nice. But at the same time, to your point, one of my last things I'm going to say real quick, I love the transitions. That fade in and out was wonderful between the stories. I thought that was really, really cool. So with that being said, all good things here. We will, once again, it'll probably be 2-3 minutes on the other side of the credits where we'll talk about that very final moment. Please only watch if you've already seen the film. We do not want to spoil it too much for you. Other than that, if you agree, if you disagree, if you hated this film and you thought it was, or if you thought it was unnecessary, which you have every right to think what you think. You're wrong, but you have every right to think what you think. Please tell us in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share, all those things, and we will see y'all soon.
Nerds rule the world.
Pleasure chatting with you. Love to all my nerds who rule the world.
Yeah. Nerds rule the world.
Yes, we do.
Thanks. Nerds rule the world. Thank you.
I love the nerds ruling the world, so more power to you.
Patrick, what up, man? And yes, they do. Nerds rule the world, kid.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Awesome. KUP, nerds rule the world. Hello.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Oh,
Nerds rule the world.
I got.
It's in the title of your show, like Nerds rule the world. Like I want more black weirdos on screen, and I don't feel like we ever get to see that very much.
Thank you so much. Nerds do rule the world.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, nerds rule. Love
it. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Julie.
Yes, nerds rule. Yes,
Rock on. I love it. Thank you so much.
It's good to see you. I love Nerds Rule the World.
But yeah, there's a heavy nerd component, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you ask me, nerds rule the world. So
Absolutely.
And you're right. Nerds do rule the world.
We're just the best.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies.
Nerds so much.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
It's your boy KUP. Nerds rule the world. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
do. They rule the world all right.
Yes. Take care, Tony. Thank you, guys.
All right, we're going to talk about that big final moment, that big reveal at the end where we see exactly what happened to, or we assume what happened to Naru from Prey, who was played by Amber Midthunder in 2022. I have been waiting for Kuyapi to watch this because he has been wanting to know where she is and what's going on and when are we going to see her again. Like, he's actually made these comments many times before. He wants it to continue. And as we see, Badlands does not look like, even though it is a Trachtenberg film, it does not look like it's happening immediately after Prey, which he also directed. So Kuyapi made the comment that he wants to know where she is, and we kind of got that reaction. So I just want to know, Kuyapi, what were your thoughts the moment you saw that?
Excited. Love it. So now, as we know, Into the Badlands doesn't look like it's going to... Where does that fit with this and Prey? So are we going to go to... I'm just curious. There's just so many different things they could do. And what do I want? I love this animated film, right? But I also would love a live action. I want to see Amber Midthunder back in this role. But now who am I casting in all these characters' roles in the live action? You know, can they, you know, who would be great for those roles? But also would love an animation aspect film, you know, and because they did a great job with this. So I just want to know where we're going from here. Like, I got my girl back. She's here. But now we got these other amazing characters that I'm invested in now as well. So I want to see what's going to happen with them. So yeah, Into the Badlands, where does that fit in the aftermath of this? But it's great to be a Predator fan. That's where I'm at.
Now that we know that that Naru has been placed in a spot where she is going to be part of the next competition, I actually have a new perspective of what Badlands could be. Like, I wonder if Badlands is going to be the next competition, because it kind of looks like that's what it is.
Drop everybody into that.
Yeah, that I kind of wonder now. Like, is this the place where the Predators put all of their winners to compete against one another? Because I could totally see Naru just kicking everyone else's ass. I also see her being a lot like Taurus, where she, you know, tries to get people together to, you know, defeat people in groups. But I would be very curious, now that we know that they have her, they have abducted her. I would be curious. It kind of gives me a new perspective of what Badlands could be. And when it comes to casting, I'm kind of hoping that they give the voice actors their credit, and they are the roles. I would love to see that. Yeah. But we will see. But I will say, seeing that she is still there, that they have her, my interest is piqued, and it's changed my perspective of what Badlands could be, because both of our opinions was kind of like everyone else's. It's Dan Trachtenberg gave us this great movie. Why didn't he continue it? Maybe he did.
Yeah. If that is what we're getting Into the Balance, because right now with what we've seen, I think we did the trailer reaction.
We did the trailer react.
I'm kind of so, to be honest. I'm a Predator fan, and fuck the hate that's online, because everybody's like hating of the look and everything, and the perceived notion is focusing on this Predator now, like, you know, and all of that. But if we're getting, maybe if that's a goose, you know, we're getting kind of thrown off a little bit. And we're going to have maybe that Predator be a member with this other team of these people that we want. I'm going to lose my shit. I'm going to go batting crazy. I'm locked in.
Yeah.
Because I cannot wait after seeing this, and, you know, what we know, and loving Amber Midthunder and Prey. If we're getting these characters in that next joint, God damn, we're going to be eating good as Predator fans. Like,
yeah,
I cannot wait. It's going to just amplify my vibe on Into the Badlands even more. Or if that's a red herring or what, or if that's in between before we get there, I just cannot wait for what is going to be the results of this and Prey. Because that's what they've built with these two films. So
Absolutely.
whether Into the Badlands fits into that or not remains to be seen. If your notion is correct, Heather, I'm going to be batshit excited. But either way, I'm looking forward to where they're going. The people in charge of the Predator franchise are doing the damn thing, and I thank you if you're watching this right now.
Absolutely. Dan Trachtenberg, we see you. We appreciate everything you and your team are doing. All right. And with that being said, we're done talking about it. That's all speculative, and I don't know. I'm just kind of hoping that it is. So with that being said, we appreciate y'all, and we will talk to y'all soon.